No, that reminds me of a couple you had in our network luncheon one day that were teaching about their.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Welcome to my show. Today we're going to be talking about saving businesses money, and as a small business owner myself, I'm interested in this subject because often it's not how much you make, it's how much you save or how much you prevent from going straight to Uncle Sam. To talk about that, AJ Sheek, he is with American Business Incentive Services. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jeff. It's good to be here.
Okay, I think a lot of small business owners would be shocked to learn how much money they're leaving on the table. Explain tax credits.
Tax credits are a little bit of the opposite of the tax deduction. Tax deduction, you may get 20%, you may get 30% value for what you're deducting, but a tax credit, you get 100% for it because it comes off the top. It doesn't come off as a deduction.
And you can actually go after money that you previously paid to the government?
That is correct. It's called the tax recovery business, and that's what I'm in.
Tell us about how this company was founded.
Well, a few years ago, a gentleman named Jerry Wright sold a company that he'd owned for 16 years. And he had something like 14 patents, distribution in 24 countries, worked like a dog during the years to build that company. He sold his share of it, and 2 months after that, he got a check in the IRS for over $747,000.
Wow.
And he called his CPA to find out what the check was for, and the CPA advised him to call the company, the investment team that bought his company. He did, and the gentleman asked if it was over $700,000. He said, yes, it is. And he said, well, that check is mine. And Jerry said, well, why is it yours? It's got my name on it. And then in the course of the conversation, these investment people told him that when we bought your company, we bought the assets and liabilities. And when we did our due diligence, we found that you had not filed for the federal tax incentives for which you were qualified. We did. And that check belongs to us. Please forward it over.
Wow. And that's how Jerry got the idea to start this.
Yes. This is the company he started because he didn't want other small business owners to run through the same problems he had. Very hard lesson. He learned it well, and started this company.
That's awesome. And I should tell you that Senator Chuck Grassley is a big supporter of this. We've got a little clip. Let's roll that now.
I've always believed that the tax code should encourage the success of small and medium businesses. And I don't mean to exclude large businesses, but they have the capability of going beyond government to take care of their needs a lot of times, even though it causes large business a lot of problems. And for creating jobs for small and medium-sized business, because they're the economic engine of our economy. That's true now more than ever before because we are in tough economic times. Business owners should learn about the tax incentives meant for you. These incentives will help you hire more employees and improve or expand your business.
And a lot of people probably would not remember, it was actually President Reagan that started all of some of these tax incentives.
This is
right?
correct. In 1981, President Reagan enacted the Federal Tax Incentive Act to help spur economic growth of small businesses.
So if you're a small business owner and you're watching this right now, how do you know whether or not you qualify? I mean, is there a certain amount of money that you have to have paid the government to even be interested in this?
Well, the base threshold is if you've paid $20,000 over the past 3 years, cumulatively, not individual year, but cumulatively.
Okay, that's important. And I know you've been with the company for just a few months, and of course the pandemic hit, and so
Yes.
you probably don't have a lot of experience in this area. But just telling me the stories that you've heard from others in this wonderful company, they're lifesavers, aren't they?
Yes, they are, and especially during this time of the pandemic when so many business owners have had such a decreased revenue. This is a great time to see if you do qualify, because if you qualify, this is money back to you tax-free.
How many years can you go back?
You can go back 3 years on the federal and 4 years on the state if you have a state income tax.
It's kind of like found money. It's like
Yes.
finding an old pair of jeans and a $20 bill. But sometimes it's much more than that, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, tell me about the company. Is it a good company to work for?
It's an excellent company to work for. And Jerry, to me, is a consummate business person. He's superb at marketing, superb at providing help to the business advisors that work with him, and I think there's a fantastic relationship with him.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you. We're almost out of time. So, final words of wisdom to anybody watching. I guess it doesn't hurt to make a call, does it?
No, it does not. In fact, if you haven't filed your 2019 taxes, then you have the opportunity to go back and capture 2016 taxes. But if you have filed 2019, possibility to recover for 2016 is gone forever.
Wow. Wow. So act quickly. So let's go ahead and end with the website so people can get a hold of AJ. There it is right there on the screen. Thank you. AJ, you've been a wonderful guest.
My pleasure, man.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
All right. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.